Hello, Zane gang. A few days later, and I have another build for you. This is an Unkillable Zane build. It's pretty insane. I'm sure you guys are going to love it, and especially newer players. This is really good for newer Zane players. If you really need an easy build to make, this is the one for you. I'm going to do this like all of my other build videos. I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay to try to persuade you to use this build, and then we will go over a very in-depth build explanation like I enjoy doing. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel and join the community Discord for the Zane gang. It is in the pinned comment down below. Let's get right into this.
Get happy! Let's do this thing!
Here we go. Let's get some damage in here. Crazy. Just destroying these guys.
Have you seen this? Open your bloody eyes!
Badasses to take out. Hardens. Crazy high single target damage. I'm the highest I've seen. Really high survivability. It's great. More badasses just sit here and take the damage and act like they're not even shooting. Guys. Oh, are you shooting a rocket at me? I couldn't tell. Not anymore, are ya? Alright, Zane gang, here we're going to go over our Unkillable Zane. You saw that gameplay, you saw just simply cannot die. You don't go down, you just don't die on this build. It's really crazy strong build. You will never die with it. That's why it's the Unkillable Zane. We're gonna go over it. I'm pretty excited. Now this build is made for mobbing. It was made specifically for mobbing. It can kill bosses, but it's not made to kill bosses. So if you want to kill bosses, I suggest using my last build called the Insane Chain Zane. That's the strongest possible build out there for bossing, but this is extremely good for any ad stuff you want to do. Proving Ground, Slaughter Shaft, Takedown, even any ad thing you want to do, this build does perfectly. You cannot die, and it's really easy to make this build. Let's go over this build. Alright, starting with the gear. So the only thing that really matters here, you really only need one gun. Okay, this whole build's just one gun. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you saw this gun. I don't even switch, like, ever. This ion laser is insane. I do have a video on how to get this, and it is in the pinned comment below with my Discord link. If you want to know how to get this ion laser, it's pretty easy to farm, but you need a cryo one. Doesn't matter if it's anointed or not. Doesn't matter. Just needs to be cryo ion laser, and it's going to deal crazy damage. I did get a Sentinel cryo one, which is the best roll possible for this build, so I got pretty lucky finding that. So if you want to farm for a perfect one for this build, it's going to be that. Look for while Sentinel's active, gain 50% of damage as bonus cryo. Now the only other weapon I would suggest is the redistributor. Get no fire redistributor. I just love the redistributor. If there's a cryo redistributor, I'd be trying that out on this build, but fire one works pretty well. If you can't get a fire redistributor, just get any fire weapon to bring in here. You need something to kill Goliaths and Anointed. The redistributor is the one that does the best, but if you can't get a redistributor, Kibsworth, Cutsman, the new Heartbreaker is pretty good. Just any fire weapon, high DPS fire weapon. That's all you need is just those two things: the cannon, the laser, and the redistributor. The other two weapons are irrelevant. You can put whatever you want there. Like I have the EMP5 on to run around places easier. For the rest of the gear, doesn't matter what the shield is, but you're gonna want to find a shield that gives you, while Sentinel's active, movement speed is increased by 15%. Any shield in the game, excluding the Rough Rider, even purple or blue shields, it doesn't matter. Any shield in the game that has this anointment is what you want here. You can't get this anointment, then just run like a transformer. Band of Arekkz actually pretty good here too, but I don't have this anointment on it yet, so I'm just using a random shield. That anointment makes this build deal a lot more damage. For our class mod, we're using the Scene Dead. I don't think you'll ever see me or anybody in the world ever use a different class mod again. It's the DLC one. You do have to own the DLC to get this. It just works really well. It gives you your kill skills while you're shooting. This build isn't made all the way around kill skills, but the kill skills are giving it the damage. For our grenade, it's kind of the same deal as the shield. You kind of want any grenade that gives this anointment on grenade thrown, weapon, grenade, and action skill damage are increased by 25%. That helps out with damage, but a Stormfront's really good too, so I got actually like the perfect combo here. The Stormfront's taking shields off, which is what the laser's not doing. The laser doesn't deal very good damage towards shield, but I'll show you what I mean real quick. If you go to the stats of this, which are right here, you can see it deals really good damage to health, and it deals decent damage to armor. Oh, that's on the radiation. There we go. Okay. It deals really good damage on health and armor, so it does everything except for shields. So you're going to want a grenade mod that takes shields off. The Stormfront does that very well. That's why I use it here. So either use a Stormfront or use a grenade that gives this anointment on this slot. The artifact slot, you have a huge horizon of artifacts you can use. I suggest the cut purse, or at least bring a cut purse with you. You're going to run out of ammo. The laser burns through ammo pretty quick. I just run around with my cut purse victory rush, just cause it doesn't matter what you use exactly. But if you are looking for the best thing possible, you're gonna want Icebreaker Victory Rush, which I don't have on my character right now. I do own one, I just don't have it on my character. Icebreaker Auto Idol's decent too. A Snowdrift's pretty good. Loaded Dice isn't bad actually, because then you can health gate easier. It's easier to regenerate your health because you have less. But if you want the perfect relic, use an Icebreaker Victory Rush, but always carry a cut purse on you. That's what I gotta say. Always carry a cut purse because you might run out of ammo. Let's go over the build now. Pretty easy build to make. Just went straight down Green Tree until we got to Calm, Cool, and Collected because we needed that. We made sure to grab this perk to give us dots. Now, a lot of people are gonna ask me, why didn't I put Adrenaline on? You don't need Adrenaline because you're not gonna ever end your action seals. This build, absolutely, you have 100% action skill uptime, so you never need Adrenaline because your shield and your Sentinel should never go down. If you're using the Ion Laser Cryo, your shield will never go down. This perk is completely optional. I really didn't even want to run it, but there's nothing else I could use. I didn't want to put Adrenaline on. I don't really want to put this on, or Capacity. I don't like having Capacity up because it takes longer to regenerate your shield, so I'm using this perk. I didn't want to, but I had to. That's my only conflict with this build. Otherwise, everything else is pretty good. We're running the All-Arounder and the Deterrence Field. The reason we're running Deterrence Field is because it's the only perk other than All-Rounder that works while it's on you. These three perks only work when it's on the ground. All right, in Blue Tree, we're running pretty standard. Let's take our class mod off so it's easier to see. All right. Pretty standard, just kill skill kind of setup. We got 5 points in synchronicity. Since we have our action skills up all the time, we are always getting plus 40% weapon damage there. I put as many points as I could into violent speed so we can keep moving and dealing damage. Violent momentum, we put a bunch. I am thinking about switching down to 1 point into salvation and putting it here. That's one thing I'm thinking about doing. I think only 1 in salvation might be okay, but it's good where it's at too. That adds a little bit more survivability. This is gonna be casting our storm fronts. This is the only thing casting my storm front, by the way. I don't have duct tape on, so only this. So this skill's kind of buggy. So good misfortune. A lot of people are kind of abusing it right now, and that's the problem with some of the DPS Zane builds currently. They're not getting action skill end because of the way it works. So anyways, good misfortune, kill skill. Kill an enemy increases Zane's action skill duration. Skill has diminishing effects. Well, with the new class mod, you're getting this every few shots, which is also helping with your barrier and sentinel staying up 100% of the time. So that's nice too. If you don't get a freeze within the time it runs out, this will also help you keep topped off. If you don't know how calm, cool, and collected is, basically it's going to heal your shield. If your shield's full, it's going to heal your health. If your health's full, it's going to give you back your action skill, cooldowns, and durations, which is making it so you're always having 100% uptime. That's if you freeze stuff. When you freeze stuff, gets your shield full, gets your health full, and then refreshes your action skill, cooldowns, and durations, which is what makes this build. I'm also not putting anything into borrowed time. You know, I think it meshes with this build really good to use borrowed time, but you don't run out of time even without it. Like good misfortune and calm, cool, and collected keep your action skill up all the time. That is the perks. On the sentinel, I'm running the cryo shots. You don't even need to run that. You could run bad dose instead, because you're not really relying on your sentinel freezing things. Cool thing to note though is the sentinel can proc your class mods. So that's pretty cool. Static field, I would recommend running this, but you could run any of these other three. Probably not Almighty Ordinance, because that's only on 1 life. But one of these two you could run instead of cryo. I would suggest bad dose actually over the cryo shots. So we'll go over it one more time. This is orange tree. This is green tree. This is blue tree. All right, we'll go over my guardian ranks real quick. This is what my guardian ranks are at. I do suggest getting through all these trees. It will help. But this build doesn't need guardian perks really. My other Zane build does, but this one doesn't. That was the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the Zane gang. I make Zane content all the time. I make Borderlands content all the time. I make a lot of luck videos. Leave a comment about what you think about this build. Let me know if you try it out and you enjoy it. Here are 2 videos I do recommend you guys to watch. I will see you in the next one. Spikes out.